Mitchell Moses has just saved the New South Wales Blues. With the Blues losing Game 1, Moses was called up to lead the team and turn the series around. And he did just that, dominating Game 2, leading the troops around the park and earning the man of the match. And just last night, Moses had another great game, piloting the Red Sea to score a try, securing the series win for the Blues. He undoubtedly is a top tier halfback. He's quick, loves playing eyes up footy, and has a top shelf kicking game. It's funny to think he started playing in the NRL at the fullback position. While he joined the Eels in 2017, leaving the Tigers, he was originally there as a junior, and the club would let him go. This is the story of Mitchell Moses and how he saved the New South Wales Blues. Mitchell Moses was born on the 16th of September 1994 in Ryde, New South Wales. He would grow up playing junior footy for the Holy Cross Rhinos and the Carlingford Cougars. Moses was originally signed to the Parramatta Eels as a junior and played in the Harold Matthews Cup team, but ended up not being wanted at the club and was signed with the West Tigers. "I wanted to stay there, but it's their decision, and I respect it," he said. In 2012, Moses played in the Tigers SG Ball Cup team, playing in their grand final win over the Canberra Raiders, alongside his teammate Luke Brooks. He would be named the SG Ball Cup Player of the Year. He played in the Australian Schoolboys, and at the end of the year in November, he was named the New South Wales Blues Origin Pathways camp. In 2013, he played for the Tigers in their under-20s team, and in the middle of the year, re-signed to them on a 4-year contract. At the start of 2014, he was selected to play for the Tigers in their Auckland 9 squad, and in May of this year, he played for New South Wales in the under-20s. He played at halfback and leading the team around the park to a 30-8 victory. Reminds me of the second game of Origin this year. In round 17, 2024, Moses would make his first grade debut for the West Tigers, versing the Penrith Panthers. He stayed in the first grade side for the remainder of the year, starting at fullback for the first 6 games, then played as 5'8" and halfback. Moses scored his first try in the NRL in the last match of the season against the Sharks, in the 26-10 win. He played 10 games, scoring 1 try and kicking 2 goals. Moses would play 2015 in the halves with Luke Brooks, but struggled to begin the year under the new coach Jason Taylor. He said, "I definitely was feeling a little bit frustrated at the start of the year, and a bit low in confidence. I'm a freestyle player. That's how I play footy. And coming into the structure that JT has brought, now I don't mind it. It's a good learning curve for me to play a structure while also be given that freedom of play whenever I see something to take up." He played 24 games this year, all of them in the 5'8 position, scoring 3 tries and kicking 5 goals. To start the 2016 season, he was the key playmaker in round 1 versus the New Zealand Warriors. They called it a first half masterclass, as he set up 3 tries as they won the game 34-26. Jason Taylor said, "He was a rookie at this time last year. He ran the team for us today, which is a really big step for him." Moses was also the primary kicker for the first few rounds, and would later share the role with other teammates throughout the season. Moses would end the 2016 season as the club's highest point scorer, at 113. He scored 6 tries and kicked 43 goals in 23 games. He played all of them from the 5'8 position. At the end of the year, he was awarded the Tigers Player of the Year, and on the 24th of September, he made his representative debut for Australia in the Prime Minister's 13, versing Papua New Guinea. In 2017, Moses started the year playing for the NRL All-Stars in the 5'8 position, and early into the season, the media focused on the fact that Moses and a few other Tigers players' contracts were ending at the end of the year. Moses was signed a 3-year deal with the Parramatta Eels to start at the beginning of 2018. He would ask for an early release from the Tigers, but was originally denied, but on the 16th of May, he was released from his contract to join Parramatta. In round 11, he made his debut for the Eels in the halfback position, and in round 18, he scored his first try for the Eels as they beat the Melbourne Storm 22-6. At the end of the season, the Eels finished 4th on the ladder and went into the finals with good form, but would lose both games in the finals, ending their season. He played 26 games this season for both the Tigers and the Eels, scoring 4 tries and kicking 59 goals. At the end of the year, Moses would vice-captain the Lebanon squad in the Rugby League World Cup. Even though they only won 1 out of 4 games, Moses was named as 5'8 in the team of the tournament. On June 2nd, 2018, Moses suffered a knee injury. It was originally thought they had suffered ligament damage, but after scans, it was revealed that there was no major damage and only missed 2 games. In round 19, the Eels would beat the Bulldogs in the match that they labelled the Spoon Ball, as both teams were sitting at the bottom of the ladder. He scored the match-winning try in the game. He played 22 games this year, scoring 4 tries and kicking 45 goals. Moving to 2019, in round 6, Moses would become the first player to score a try, conversion and field goal in the very first match played at the brand new Bank West Stadium. And on the 8th of June, Moses signed a 3-year contract with the Eels worth $2.5 million. That would keep him at the club until the end of 2022. At the end of the season, Para finished 5th on the ladder and made the finals. Moses would finish the competition with the most try assists. In the first round of the finals, the Eels would make history, beating the Brisbane Broncos 58-0, being the biggest win in history in the final series. He scored 2 tries and kicked 6 goals in this game. Para would lose to the Storm the next week, eliminating them. Later in the year, he was picked to play at halfback for Australia in the Prime Minister's 13th side, and was named as Halfback of the Year at the Dally M Awards. He played 26 games for Para, scoring 4 tries, kicking 92 goals and 1 field goal. In 2020, Moses and the Eels would go on to have another great season, finishing 3rd on the ladder at the end of the year. In the final series, the score was 20-18 with about 20 minutes to go, and Moses had a penalty kick to tie the game up from almost directly in front. But his kick would hit the post, and the Bunnies would get the ball and run down the field to score. The Eels would lose the game 38-24. He played 19 games this year, scoring 3 tries, kicking 57 goals and 1 field goal. In 2021, he resigned with the Eels until the end of the 2024 season and was selected to make his State of Origin debut for the 3rd game of the series. Moses would end with 2 try assists in the match, but would lose the game 20-18. The Eels had another good season, but were eliminated in the second round of the finals for the 3rd year in a row. He played 22 games for Para this year, scoring 3 tries, kicking 66 goals and 2 field goals. In 2022, Para had another great season, making it all the way to the grand final. However, they lost to Penrith in the grand final, 12-28. Moses had a solid season, but missed several rounds due to injury and was taken from the field in one of the finals games due to a head injury. He scored 7 tries, kicking 95 goals and 2 field goals in the 26 games that he played for Para this season. And at the end of the year, he would play for Lebanon again in the Rugby League World Cup in the halfback position. In round 2 of 2023, he would play his 200th first grade game, and in the middle of the season, he would be in negotiations with the club to re-sign. And after several months of negotiations, he re-signed with them until the end of the 2026 season, with an option for another 2 seasons. And in Game 2 of the Origin series, he was called up to play after Nathan Cleary was ruled out injured, and played in the halfback role for the 3rd game. In round 24, he played his 150th game for Para, and suffered a fractured eye socket in the game. He played 19 games, scoring 7 tries, kicking 69 goals and 3 field goals. Now, in 2024, he started the season out good as the Eels won 2 of their first 3 games. However, in the 3rd round, he suffered a fractured foot and was predicted to miss between 8 and 12 weeks. While he was out, Para would struggle to find a win, and now they sit at the bottom of the table. Moses ended up missing 9 weeks and returned in round 13. With Nathan Cleary out injured again, and the Blues losing the first Origin game, Moses was called up for Game 2 of the series, as he had now recovered from his injury, and he truly showed everyone what he's capable of, leading the Blues around the park as they beat Queensland 38-18. He did it with his on-field directions, his decisions, his great kicking game, and having a solid performing team around him, and it truly saved the Blues' year. And just last night, in the 3rd game of the Origin series, he directed the Blues to the series win, parting the Red Sea to score the final try in the game. While New South Wales weren't as dominant as in Game 2, they were winning the arm wrestle and the field possession. The scoreboard could have easily opened up earlier if it wasn't for the desperate defence of the Maroons. Moses' huge long field kicks helped the Blues out of trouble. He would make a try-saving tackle against Reece Walsh and use his running ability to split the Maroons' defence apart to score a try. While Moses played great in both the games he played in, the Blues' defence is what really shined, no matter where they were in the field. The Blues ended this final game without Queensland scoring a try, Also, throughout the entire series, when the Blues had 13 men on the park, Queensland only scored 1 try. Unfortunately for Moses and the Eels, in the final few minutes of the game, he left the field, injured. Moses picked up a suspected ruptured bicep and will likely require surgery, probably ruling him out for the rest of the season. Mitchell Moses is truly one of the best halves in the game at the moment. He has great speed, footwork, and a top-tier kicking game, and he has just led the Blues to victory.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I post videos like this twice a week, and if you want to watch another one, click the video on screen.